Hello, what up, what up, what up? It's Michelle Eldridge, and I am so excited. I am back on Facebook just for you, just for this, because this, and YouTube. I know you see me on YouTube. Hello. But I wanted to bring Ray. Ray, how are you? I'm so excited. Thanks for coming.
Doing good. Always good to be with you.
Oh my gosh, I'm just still freaking out that I've had you as many times that I have over here. I'm
Anytime
sure.
you ask.
I'm sure that my audience is as blown away and is as just grateful as me. So I want to say thank you. If you don't know Ray, you should know Ray. Everybody should know Ray. I think most of us do, but he's one of the best of the best. He started out, he literally has gone from foreclosure to making millions and millions of dollars. He was the top income earner in a network marketing company. He failed in 11 and then went to the top in another one. So it wasn't like this overnight thing, but he has, he's paved the way for people like me and people like you. And in fact, he's exactly why I'm here right now. If I didn't follow his direction, I know that I wouldn't be here. So I just appreciate you, Ray. And I want to jump right into this because right now, this is probably the hottest thing that there is. I think people, even myself, I love Clubhouse, I love audio, but I'm also not ignorant to the fact of what the market likes. You can see something that's different that works for a lot of people, and that's a big deal. And I know that you and I had a very similar thought, but initially you were like, I don't, you really wasn't for it. And then something changed, and you were like, okay, gotta get with the videos on the short videos. So I'd love to know, what was that shift for you before we get into tactics and stuff?
Yeah, there was really two things. One, so the first thing was I was talking to a good friend of mine and someone who was in our mastermind, John Melton. And John was sharing with me, he's like, dude, I have some people in my team that were never able to create success on Instagram. We're never able to create success on Facebook, went over to TikTok, and they're killing it. And he was telling me how one of his teammates who had been trying for years to make Facebook work went over there and sold $8,000 in one day.
Ooh.
And I was like, that's interesting. And so it was, kind of like when you get focused on something, you become a magnet for more evidence supporting where you believe you should be going. And so I started hearing more and more and more stories like that. But I still didn't fully get the gist until I experienced it myself. And so I was, playing around with TikTok, not that long ago. And I, put up a video. I had maybe 300 followers at the time. I went and did my thing. I was chasing Graham around or something. And I come back and it's got 20,000 views. And I'm like, is this false reporting? Is this fake news? Because you are unable to have 300 friends or followers on Facebook and ever get 20,000 views. That just doesn't happen.
Even with ads.
It just doesn't. And so I looked at it and then, I went away and I'm kind of thinking about it. And I came back, it's at 30,000 views and 40,000 and 50,000. It kept going and going and going. And so I'm like, this is a different algorithm. It just doesn't care how many followers you have. So very different. So Facebook, the way it, continues to operate is it'll take, your content, show it to a small subset of people that you're already connected to and already know you, see if they like it, may open it up a little bit more, but will never show to all of your Facebook audience. It just never happens. So we ain't even talking about people that don't know you, right? Now, if you can get your Facebook people to share it, then it'll show to some of their same kind of method, right? But they have to be connected to the person sharing. There's never someone 2 shares away that will ever see your Facebook content. And so that's not how TikTok works. And it's also, fortunately, they revolutionized it. Instagram copied it. And so they do two very unique things with their algorithm. One, they have no cap or no ceiling based on your following. So they'll show it to who they think might like it, whether they know you or not. And then if it goes well, they'll open it up, open it up, open it up, open it all the way up if it's going well. And so that's why you see we have several students that have over 1 million views on their videos. And I don't think people understand what that really means. Like, imagine having a Facebook Live with 1 million views. Imagine having a Clubhouse that's been listened to 1 million times. Doesn't exist. I don't think it exists. But there are people with much smaller followings that are creating massive attraction. Now, to be fair, a lot of them don't know what to do with that. And so there's a lot of people with a lot of engagement not making an income from it. But that's another story. At least it's possible. Now, if you can learn conversation and conversion, and you can learn how to funnel them into other things, now there's absolutely no limit to income. And so it's been pretty wild.
Okay, so first of all, I want to tell everybody before I comment on what you were just saying, Laura, Teresa, Catherine, Lachey, Judy, Marilyn, Debbie, I see everybody. I know that it's weird that I have to look down to see you. My StreamYard is weird. It's not my friend. So I see y'all. If you have questions, drop a specific question. If you have it, I'll try if we have time to get to ask. But I think that what you just said is such an important thing is like, even with ads, it's almost impossible.
Oh, I mean, good luck. I mean, like it's become more and more expensive. I mean, our normal months on Facebook is about a $50,000 spend, sometimes up to $100,000 a month. And you just can't buy that many views. You can't, no matter how much money you throw at it. And so it's just a different world that we're in, because all of those people getting all those views it's just organically happening. Like that's never happened. And so it's really a wild environment we're in right now.
Well, we were talking about it yesterday too. We were talking about how it's kind of like Diane Helpman said, the appetizer, and I've that stuck with me. It's kind of the front end to their first dose of you. Yeah. And it's in this short increment, and it allows them to see you and then decide, oh, I want more of them. I like them.
Yeah.
And then they can go on and of course, consume longer content if you have it, whatever. So you brought up something that I think that a lot of people miss, which is the having the conversation that leads to conversion, and how to get them even to the conversation or reaching out to them. And I know that right now, because I've helped with this, the 1 minute influencer, it's out, and it's like nothing I've ever seen before. Honestly, just the bonuses alone that I've saw they're priceless. You cannot really put a price on that. And it's teaching people those things that nobody else is. Yeah. Everybody else is teaching views. And sure, we talk about that. You teach that. Sure. But I think the dopamine hit kind of fogs the brain, and they realize they don't realize that they're not actually making money. Yeah. And so this is the piece that I think is most valuable from what you've created, and I've been honored to have a little piece in help creating with the 1 minute influencer training.
Michelle's in the course.
I am in the course.
We're very honored by that.
And I'm grateful, but honestly, I learned so much from you from even before that. That's how I got hundreds of thousands of views, right? Like that's what it boils down to. But not only did I get views, but I made a lot of money.
Right.
That's the difference. And so I'd love for you to, share like what are a couple tips you could give somebody. And I'm going to put a link up on the screen for everybody to see. And what this link will do, if you go to it, it's going to share with you all the details of every single thing. Like, and not only does it teach you the views, how to make money, all the things like that, but it's also going to help you know why maybe you're not doing videos, or why you're stuck, or the deeper, and Ray, I'll have you talk about that. But I'd love to know a couple, a tip, something that somebody could walk away from this video right now and do, and maybe help them convert a little more, or make people take that next step versus just a scroll in a view.
Sure. So, um, just understand, like, so looking at the marketing hierarchy, the top of the food chain is short videos right now.
Yeah.
And it's short videos, which from there's two main pillars that they could go into. They could go into conversation, where you're, talking with them through Messenger or whatever you're using. Or they go into longer content, like they catch you on Clubhouse, or they watch, Facebook Live, YouTube, or IGTV, or whatever. And so you have kind of two pillars there. And so, you nailed it by saying it's really important. If you get better at conversion, you actually don't need that many views to make serious money. And I remember I was chatting with one of my old clients, Terry, who, at the time I was coaching him, he had like 7,000 people in his email list, but he pulled down $500,000 that year. And it's because I taught him mastering how to convert. And so, but there are people that are getting millions and millions of views that aren't even making $50,000 a year from that. And so, I'm not saying, money's everything, but money equals impact.
Exactly.
So you're not changing lives by them seeing your Goof Troop videos. You're changing lives when you get them on your product or your service or in your opportunity or in your tribe, or you start coaching them, or, you start doing more for them. That's when you change their lives. And like Diane said, that's just, the appetizer. And most people, if they're walking through the mall, are willing to try bourbon chicken, right? They're walking by, a little sample, boom, right? And that may turn them on to eat, to get more from there. Same thing with you. Most people on the internet are willing to watch a short video. They may not watch your 20-minute Facebook Live. They may not watch your, they may not stay
Not at
in
first glance, especially either.
Yeah. And so, that's really important to understand that distinction. So one really easy thing is when you're connecting with someone and they drop a comment and you connect with them, depending on the platform. Instagram, I've found, is very, very stranger messaging friendly, meaning, on Facebook, you have to kind of use my scripts, or you have to use some kind of mechanism to overcome the, why are you in my yard? Right? Because Facebook, it's more about, who are you? And Instagram, you're not like, who is this person? You're kind of used to strangers messaging you, because I get them every single day. And so it's more stranger friendly. But if someone comments on your IG reel, send them a message, hey, thank you for the comment. Hey, you may or may not know this, but I help people with blank. Like, that's a super simple thing. It's not pushy. They initiated it, right? Because they commented. So that's a really simple thing. Now, there's way more advanced stuff we can go into, and we walk you through in the course, but that's something every single person on here can walk away with and start doing. And so you're at least letting them know. And this is, go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing.
Yeah. And so, like, this is, if you think about, every person on here, you have a friend that's a realtor. You probably, if you're in Florida like me, you have 50 friends that are realtors, right? Because every, 22% of all the Florida civilization has a realtor license. And I love them. They're amazing. But there's a big difference between having a realtor friend and remembering they're a realtor. And so you can't operate on social media thinking that everyone knows what you do. That's a huge mistake. You have to be reminding them. You have to be telling them, this is what I do. This is who I help. If that resonates with you, I'm happy to help. If not, cool. But you have to be staying on top of that, right? The people, the friends that we have, because we have many that are realtors, are the ones that kind of stayed in our face and kind of, not pushy wise, but kept reminding us of what it is that they did. And like, oh yeah, we got to get with him. And so that's very, very basic. That's like the bare bones basic of what you could be doing for more conversions.
What's crazy though is it is very simple, very could do right now.
Yes.
But people won't do it, or aren't doing it already. But still.
Okay, thanks for the comment.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's it. That's all.
Bye. Bye now.
Thanks. Now what? Again, it goes back to that dopamine hit that's like, yay, I feel warm and fuzzy in the end. Like that's, and I think I'm seeing the comments too, and they agree. They agree, and they say that the hardest thing is that conversion. I think that the attraction marketing type thing, I think people took it a little far, and now people, I have people that I've been helping or whatever, and I go to their profiles. I cannot figure out for the life of me what they do.
Right.
I watch their videos. What is it that you do?
Well, and you could set up a secret account and drop comments all over their page, and they'll never tell you what they do. They'll just hope that you reach out to them and say, I would like to buy something. How do you know even what to buy?
Right.
And so you either have that extreme of, I'm opposed to money, I'm a money repellent, or you have the other extreme of, I don't provide any value, I only pitch you, which doesn't attract people. And I know that, TikTok does, I think, have the highest, likelihood of purchases. Yeah, but I'm still, don't be lazy, right? Don't be a lazy person. At least let them know what you do.
Yeah. No, I just think that and they're being taught that.
Yeah.
Right? Like everybody, it's either everybody's teaching them to hammer away, or everybody's teaching them blend in, be nothing, be there, but actually say nothing.
Yeah.
Like they'll reach out to you.
Yeah.
And if I'd have waited, honest to God,
yeah,
if I had waited on somebody to reach out to me, I'd still be waiting, y'all. Like I don't know. Like my life would be completely different if I had waited, because nobody would have ever. And so I think that the comment thing is such a easy thing you could do right now. Yeah. And think about your own videos though. Do people actually know what you do at all? Like, do they know? Right. That's a big distinction, because people think, oh, I shouldn't say company name, I shouldn't say whatever, but they don't realize that doesn't mean not to say what you help people.
Who do you help? Right.
Or it's about the benefit. And so I think
right.
I had to point that out. And so I know I actually, I've done some reviews and pointed out different things. And one of the ones that I picked to point out in the training was yours, about when you replied to the hater when it was like Christmas or whatever.
Lenny Phoenix.
Lenny, you've made this guy so famous at this point. Like everybody's checked out Lenny Phoenix. Phoenix. But
he's probably got 1 million followers.
I want to know though, like, I think it's so easy to spiral out when somebody says something like that. Like, if your mindset isn't there, if you're not there yet, I thought first of all, I thought it was a perfect example, and it was a lesson at the same time of you don't have to wait. But I'd love, like, how do you get to that point of and you can tell them what you said back and what he said, but I'd love to know, like, how do you tell someone, like, how do you get to that point? How do you deal with that versus just quitting because it sucked to feel like that,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a couple things. One is just what vibration are you on?
Yeah.
If you're on the vibration of I'm moving more into the future version of myself than the addiction of the past, then pot shots don't hurt you, right? You kind of are Teflon, like bullets just bounce off of you, and you have the awareness that, oh, they're living in their past, right? They're, someone upset them at some point, and their way of lashing out and feeling significance is trying to pull other people down. So you don't even, like, when you're really in the vibe, you actually don't feel much for them. You don't feel hatred, you don't feel anger, you don't feel, you're an observer. You observe that they're living in a past, present, and so you understand that. So vibrationally, it just isn't able to affect you. And then number two is once you understand that, as you grow and transform, it's going to make people uncomfortable. And that's when you're going to get hate. You're going to have haters. You're going to have close friends of you say, oh, you've changed. And You're going to have, you're just, as you enter uncharted waters, there's going to be, people that don't like you in those waters. And so, you just kind of realize those things. And so they're no longer able to harm you.
I think so. Then it would be just focused.
Vice versa. If you are still of the warrior spirit of I am the fighter, I'm the warrior, then you're looking for wars. The warrior, the mercenary. So there are many very talented people that are still in that warrior spirit, that they look for fights. So they look for war. They look for, and so they'll take constructive criticism as that's an attack. They'll take hate as that's an attack. They'll take everything as an attack, and they won't be able to make the distinctions of what is actually attempting to help them and what isn't. And a lot of people are in that space.
Phew, yes, that is that right there, that alone would probably, like, honest to God, if that was the only thing you said during this whole thing and you just continued to repeat it, it would have been worth everybody's time the whole time. like just over and over, because it's something that people, it's an awareness that unless you have it, you don't realize. But when you have it, it can change everything. Yeah. It can change everything. And that without the awareness of where you are,
yeah,
it's almost like a block from getting any further. So I love that you go deep on that. So I know that you have to go, but I want you to share, like, if somebody gets this training, like, what do you hope that they get? What do you know that you delivered and that we delivered even in it that they can go and get results with?
Yeah. So we in the course, the 1 Minute Influencer, we give you everything that you need without assuming anything. And this manner of thinking, which, we're hoping more trainers copy from us, it comes from Michael Gerber's E-Myth book. So he explains why McDonald's franchise have such a high success rate. And it's because they're designed to be ran by the person with the lowest level of skill. Now, that's not hating on, people that run McDonald's. It's just It's designed to be ran by a high schooler, and it's designed to be ran with someone with no business experience, and et cetera. And so we design our courses with no assumption. I don't assume you've done videos. I don't assume you're on TikTok. I don't assume you know how to spell social media. And so it comes from that non-assumption. What would you need to hand someone who had never touched a computer, who doesn't have a smartphone? And so we broke it down into 4 sections. That's what we see as the person that doesn't know a damn thing would need to know to become influential using short videos. And so you have section 1, which is blueprints. That's all the stuff people are seeking, right? They're seeking, what's the hashtag strategy? What's the, format? What's the length? When to post? Where should I be posting? It's all those things that are important. You need to know those things. And I even have phone recordings of me walking through, here's what I do, here's how I do it.
Yeah.
Section 2 is conversation and conversion. If you are someone who's already pretty good at short videos, but you just feel like you could be making more money and more impact and helping more people, that section is really going to help you, because it's everything about how to connect and talk to people so they relate and resonate with you and want to work with you. Section number 3, which may seem out of order, but it's not, it's lead generation. I actually don't want you generating a ton of leads and blowing it with them before you know how to convert.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then module 4 is the one that no one asks for, but it's the one that everyone needs. And that is the mindset. And so there's a reason you're not consistent. There's a reason why you're not doing videos. There's a reason why you're not showing up as powerfully as you know you could. You're not reaching your potential. And it's not a business problem. It's not because you don't know which setting or which, megahertz to put the microphone or what background you should have. It's none of that stuff. Your business problem is a personal problem. Either you saw, someone in your family succeed and then fail and the rest of the family made fun of them and you never want to reach that, so you play so small. Maybe it's because you saw your sister get more attention than you and you don't ever want to feel that way again. Maybe someone disappointed you in the past and you never want to grow into that person. And so all of these things have to do with, let me play smaller, so I'm under the radar and no one has expectations, or I never risk falling too far. Because if I stay broke, I can only fall so far. I get rich, I could fall really far. Well, if that's your programming, then you will do everything in your subconscious to prevent getting rich. And that's the thing. And short videos, in my observation, 16 years as a full-time marketer, I can just tell you it's the easiest, it's the fastest, and it's the least expensive way for you to make money on the internet.
Ray, like, I can't even put on that. I'm telling you right now, like, what's it worth to you to know why you're not doing what you're being taught?
Right.
What is that worth to you? Like, that alone to me is just like, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. So aside from step by step exactly what to do, the conversions, the leads, all the things that everybody teaches you, but then the real stuff you actually need.
Right.
Okay, I'm being mean, but it's true also. It's also true.
Yeah.
But Ray, thank you so much for coming. I'm actually going to stay for a moment.
Okay.
But I appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Everybody is, I know you can't see the comments and it really sucks, but
yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Everybody is giving such good feedback.
Okay.
They're amening, they're clapping, they know, like, they're agreeing and they're appreciative. So thank you so
Awesome.
much. And I'm excited.
Thanks for having me.
Oh no, please.
You're
Anytime.
awesome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay, y'all, listen, I had to stay on just a moment because I wanted to talk about what Ray was just talking about a second ago. When he said that, it really just hit something with me. I almost cried. I'm almost crying now. I mean, imagine, like, all the things that a lot of us know, right? Like, we all have got our so much at our fingertips. There's so much at our fingertips. So much knowledge, so many courses, so much money we've spent, so many things that we've done. And I know that there's a lot more to it, but that fourth one, like, what is it worth to become aware and to be able to fix that block, the reason that you're not consistent? Like, what is it? Because you know you could be. Like, I have people that I work with every day, and the deal is that, like, they don't know why they're not doing what I teach them. They have no idea. The people that are in Ray's group, Rank Makers, a lot of them have no idea why they're not doing the work. It's super simple, right? They're not understanding why they don't implement the full strategy or even do it, like, regularly as they could because they have time. Why do they go and watch Netflix instead or whatever it looks like? Like, to me, that is priceless because it can completely change the trajectory of somebody's entire life. I'm grateful that I had the gift of desperation and I was going to follow directions no matter what. And I say that to say that I know not everybody, some people are comfortable, but they still want more, but they can't figure out why they're not doing the things they know they should be. And so I love that that's in there. I mean, I highly recommend. I bought it and I'm in it. Like, because I know that what Ray and what others brought to the table, especially Ray, obviously, is worth the money, and it's really not much money. I really would say, if there's nothing else, if you never spend a dime with me, ever, like me personally, that's fine. But for you to know, like, for you to be taught that awareness, just number 4 in that, I think it would be worth it for you. I really, truly do. And they say, with 30 days, if you use and implement what you're taught for 30 days, and you don't see the results that they say you're going to get, like, you don't see results, they'll give your money back, no question. No questions asked, you will get your money back. that's how strong they believe that you'll get results if you go do it. Right? And so I just wanted to share that. I appreciate y'all for being here with me. I know that I'm not on Facebook as much. That means I'm not on YouTube as much either, but I am grateful. I am grateful that you showed up. I'm grateful that you've been rocking with me for all these years, and some of you are brand new, and I appreciate you being here. But I'm living on Clubhouse. And so if you want an invite to Clubhouse, you don't yet have one in your Android or iPhone, comment that you want an invite to Clubhouse, and I will do my best to get with you or get someone to get with you to get you an invite, because it can change the game for you, and that's where you can find me most of the time. And so with that, check out this link. Again, it's in the comments as well if you just want to click it. Miss Judy was awesome. I'm going to read the comments really quick before I let this go. Yes, Jennifer. Yes, Jennifer. I love you, Marilyn. Hi, Chanel. So tell me, y'all, I need to know. Hey, Tom. I'd love to know who got it. So let me know if you got the training. If you get it, you plan on getting it. I think we have like a day and some hours left before it's over. So it is time sensitive. So again, it's just the link on the screen. I typed in the comments. It's pretty easy. But let me know, because I want to highlight you. I want to root for you as you go. I know Marilyn's got some huge results using this, and Marilyn, I'm super biased. I love her, but she did the work, and she's blew up in comparison. She had like 30-some people, and now she has thousands. And so I think it's awesome. So thank y'all so much. I love you. I appreciate you, and I will see you later on Clubhouse. I will be in Tom's room at 4:45 p.m. Eastern, and then at 5:15, I'll be doing a Clubhouse and Instagram bio room so that you get more leads and stand out over there. So feel free to hop on in if you're on Clubhouse. I'll see y'all later. Bye.